It's all about finding information, seeing where people are, and trying to exploit that as much as possible.
Well, Defo trying to get aggressive through showers. I say try, but he is being very aggressive to claim information and control of the shower area. And for Guild, not really too much presence towards A. Just one player, Trex, making sure that Mech can't flank the rest of his side. And are currently walking their way up towards Hookah. Two players over here for the defense, though, on Mech. Chronicle is jump spotting from the back, so he will pick up that info. And Shados is there alongside of him, so he's got the info on the jump spot.
Fast execute coming in, but it's coming in without the Silver, bear in mind.
Yep.
Shados is on this corner. They are going to check it, and there's just 3 people peeking into it. Chipping away a Guild. Going to wall up towards CT. They still have the Silver watching the flank, seeing if anybody's going to come down B long. Right now, passive. Nice pistol from Guild.
Yeah, a little rough there for Mech. Would have liked at least one. You know, one kill makes a difference here. It makes it winnable, but in this scenario, it feels very, very difficult to even get a foothold into this pistol. And that forces them back into elbow. They don't mind retreating, though, because they have the rest of the site to play with, so I have so much cover, so much support. With everybody still being up, and now Leo holds with the Ghost, looking for the taps, has certainly done that, and 3 picked up for Leo when the pistol called him into closes, and Guild have a flawless to kick off the second half.
Which you could see Defo was tempted to do, but it's the Silver for Guild. It's Trex on the Silver watching these flanks. He's not part of that early engagement. Initial utility to protect certain spaces to stop it being pushed, and then all 5 rushing in together with nice spacing, trading for each other. And I think that's why Mecha, you know, it is an eco round, but they're starting to play extremities, seeing if they can catch off on different angles. Because Guild, as much as they stack up as 5, even against an eco, you can't really push 5 through short or 5 through hookah.
You could try. You could try, but not going to be too successful. Right, guys. Certainly will be successful, though. Opens up the round with 2. Chronicle gets involved, and now we're looking at Mech, not only in a good position, but a 2-man advantage situation. Guild still have got better weapons, but 2 Spectres. They can go down to these pistols. They certainly can, and now Chronicle, well, he wants to play from elbow. Trex has crossed into him. Spectre hits the headshot. At least 1 player down for Mech. And now Guild have to drop back into the post plant. Does make it more difficult now for Mech, who have to play the timer. But, oh, Nats! Of course he's going to be good for 1. They push in towards elbow. And to their demise, they will walk into Nats. His crosshair Shadow swings into the site. And for Guild, you cannot afford to lose those rounds, Ryan.
Here.
Not against the weaponry in that B-long fight, you can't. Flashes coming through from Red Guy. It's just... Mech understand the game plan. They understand what Guild's comp is very good at, where they're weak. And we've seen the map change up quite a lot, right? Like the Ray's initial fighting position was probably in hookah beforehand. And then you look at players like Nukier, who's over in showers taking those engagements. It's a nice flash. It's a nice play there with Defo.
It's a little quicker play here for Guild towards shower, but it's been slowed down. That slow orb, and Nats is actually going to follow up in behind it. Snakebite was in front. He'll play alongside of it and get the opening kill. Follows up with another. He'll lock down the shower's control. Needs to be careful he doesn't get dropped down through that. He has to run back, so luckily gets the heal up from his teammate, right guard. Good opening here for Mech. And Guild slowed down, but still leaning towards A. Everybody's still over here right now for Guild.
Trying to make their way through. Mentor's now with the gang, so he can smoke off when needed. But it's so difficult for Trex to lurk up here without any smokes helping him out. He's just trying to play high contact, and Defo just misses him. He goes for a peek and doesn't get info.
Trex, ooh, nearly gets the info in the sight. Certainly well on the re-peek of Defo, but right guard Nats in good positions to follow up. And Mech locking this one down. Just 1 left, and it's called a mentor. Position now known. As he enters the site, barrel spotted. That's enough. Nats just sees enough to take him down.
Switch over to the Poison Cloud on this one way. It's finding a lot of success in Guild. They have to just play these high contact areas, and against a mechanically gifted team like Mech, as I say that, I thought Defo was just going to die there, but it's just, all right, he sees 5, he can stall them out. All of this util can stall them out, and Guild is still trying to make their way through.
Oh, good kill from Save. That's Nats down, and advantage now with Guild. They need to capitalize on this momentum, this opening in the round, and they will. Spike goes down, and now we have to look to Mech. Everybody coming in for this retake. Shados has got the first kill. That's going to pull at least one back, but Defo, that's a missed opportunity. And that could have been a big kill, but now we have to look to Shados. Operator in close range, still able to get the kill. Follows up. This guy's a madman. He's just charging them down with a Sheriff. Decides to switch out to the hand cannon instead and hunts down his prey. 11 rounds now for Mech, and it is done in beautiful style from Shados.
All of the smokes, he only has 2 this round because that's all he can really afford at this point. Doesn't seem to be in use.
Well, Shados, ooh, he's really trying to get these openings for Mech. Was close to it on top of the wall, just a pixel away really from getting that. Now we look to GLD to take hookah control. Problem is when you're going into Chronicle, you might as well confirm at least one casualty at times.
Smoke's down.
Elsewhere, Defo goes into a duel versus Coldamenta. Will win that, but can't quite follow up. Goes down in reply. And Russ, unfortunately, Shadows too much to handle, and he'll come in with a res. So GLD having to deal with 5 players again. They're now trying to turn their attentions back over to B, but there's still 2 players here, Ryan. This is still strong for Mech.
Redgar's none the wiser, knows that there's going to be a bit of a crunch, and Shados again with the operator finding so much success. Leo now needs to take that fight up against the player coming for the teleporter. Just have a full advantage with what they're running and how they're playing it.
Yeah, and something you can't always account for is the type of performance Shados is now bringing to the table, right? He is having an absolute field day on this operator, and a fantastic performance over on Fracture as well. And I think Kakuka joked earlier today in the pre-show the fact that it's kind of a scary sign when you can highlight all 5 players as standouts for Mech. Well, that is certainly the case today. Another step up, this time from Shados. Leo is going to get Coldamenta back up. Coldamenta will go down very quickly after. Safe and Russ able to duel out and actually find 3. So Nats and Redguard, 2 versus 4 in total. Redguard's coming with a headshot, wall up. And follow-up kill for Redguard. Suddenly, we have to look to Redguard the clutch again. He had a massive one over on Fracture. We need another huge clutch here, and this time it's starting to elude him. That wall up, creating some problems.
He's won them all so far.
Yeah, well, this one looks maybe a step too far, Ryan. Flash goes in. Shock dart's being thrown onto the site, and Leo will bring him down. So that streak comes to a close.
Most likely for Mech over in that position. Can't necessarily pick up the orb. It's nice play, and now the showstopper is going to be used as a crunch. The wall was there to try and block it, but it doesn't catch.
No, it still goes through. Defo showstopper removes Russ from the round. 3 versus 3. This one's for survival for GLD. If they want to stay in the playoffs, they have to take him down here. Shados, he will get 1. It's safe out. Trex and Leo now into the 2 versus 3. Mech want to match up versus Fnatic. They want to meet them in the upper semi-final, and Shados is the player that is starting to book their tickets. It's just Trex left alone. Flying coming around the backside. Trex reads it and now thrusts himself into the clutch versus Nats. Not the player you always want to be up against in this situation. 50 seconds left as Trex runs to the B site. Hunter's Fury online, shock darts available, and a recon bolt in 3 seconds.
Every player knows where they are, and Nats is in a good position that he can get over to that B site in behind where Trex is without using the teleporter. He doesn't want to give away an audio cue, and Trex with this much time can afford to be a little more patient with clearing some of these angles and finding these fights. But for Nats, he's still sort of expecting A, now going to wrap around. It's just whether Trex expects this full wrap round. There's a lot of focus going towards CT.
Yeah. A lot of focus being shown there, but that information being gathered that Nats is not there for the time being.
He's watching it now.
He's now alerted to the opportunity that Nats might have through hookah. Nats, however, has no utility for this. Just his gun and his big, bulging brain. He jumps down into the site. Trex plays some elbow. Nats can tap this, but again, that Hunter's Fury is certainly a big talking point here, and this time is starting to tick now. Nats gets onto it. It's going to tap, trying to desperately pull him into the open here. Trex hasn't bought, hasn't bitten down on this at all. Now the stick again. A tap, oh, the headshot. Nats hits it, gets it done. The defuse being held through. It's close for Nats, and he's sticking it, and he's got it. 0.9 on it. Nats able to pull it through, and that is Mech who are heading to play against Fnatic. They want to take down that side. They want to head to Iceland, Ryan.